Hello, guys. I'm going to talk about a question someone has asked me. He asked me to make a video on how to make a good CV for quant finance related jobs. There's no one size fit all answer to this question because it all depends about what kind of quant finance you're talking about. Are you talking about jobs in trading asset management side or on the banking side, insurance, payment, fintechs? Even within investment and trading side, if you're applying for jobs at a trading firm, the CV would be different from, let's say, applying for a job at a pension fund, right? So all depends on where you are applying. There are some common things, uh, no matter where you apply for jobs, but there are also specifics that you need to be mindful of while applying. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the common things first. Okay, ensure that your CV is not too long. If you are a fresh out of university, make sure that your CV is not more than one page, I would say, because you do not have any work experience. You cannot write a lot on your CV, except for your education, your motivation, your skills that you have, the hard skills, the soft skills that you have. Maybe one or two projects that you have done or the internships that you have done. Just write about them on your CV, but don't make it more than one page long, right? The maximum you could have is 2 pages long, but not more than that. If you're an experienced professional, you can have maximum of 2 pages, not more than that, I would say, right? I used to interview people. I think long back. I remember interviewing people like 10 years back. There would be CVs or like 4 or 5 pages long, right? In the times that we live in, nobody has time to go through 4 or 5 pages long CV. So you should be able to write about yourself, about your experience, very concisely in 1 or 2 pages maximum, right? Use Canva, use a good tool, right? Don't have it just on a word page, right? It's good to make use of a professional tool to have a CV. Whether to have a picture on the CV or not, well, depends where you're applying. In Europe, it's a common practice to have your picture on the CV. In US and other parts of the world, it's not that important. I would say it is up to you. If you're comfortable putting your picture on the CV, that's all good. Otherwise, just leave it. Um, don't write too much about your personal stuff like your hobbies and all of that. These are pretty much irrelevant for the jobs. When I was a student, we used to write about our hobbies on the CV. Even till today, I get CVs where I see hobbies written on the CVs. Nobody cares about your hobbies, So unless it is related to the profession that you are in, don't write about it. If your hobby is to write about quant finance and you have a blog, sure, write about it. But don't write like you love watching movies and all of that. That's pretty much irrelevant. Nobody cares. Okay, your skills are extremely important. So the first thing people will see on your CV, what are your skills, what are your hard skills, what are your soft skills. Okay, so you need to be really careful while writing down them on your CV. So be concise, write short sentences, if possible even highlight some of these skills. Don't write long sentences, never write long paragraphs. Make sure that the bullet points are just one sentence or 2 sentences, maximum 3 sentences long, not more than that. Okay. um, Other thing being, I see that some people, who have like PhD, they write a lot about their PhD thesis and the education. Education is important, there's no doubt about it. But if a lot of what you have done is not relevant to what you have applied for, then best to keep it concise, right? Not to elaborate a lot about that. I have come across a CV. He's a PhD physics guy, and a lot of what he has done is experimental physics. But he has written a lot about on his CV. For quant finance jobs, your experimental skills in physics are not very useful. Okay, unless you are a theoretical guy, you have done some heavy mathematics. Okay, if you have done all of that, then write about that. But if you haven't done, so don't write experiment, your skills and your experience of doing experiments, physics experiments in, your lab activities and all of that. Conference presentation, publications, unless they are relevant, it's best to don't avoid them, but always make sure that you do not take a lot of space on your CV to put them. It mustn't be like already 5 6 lines. No way. Just 1 2 lines should be enough. Anyway, if you have done certifications, put that on the top. It's good to have. If you have CQA, FRM, CFA, even if you have cleared like 1 level or 2 levels, that's also fine. Put them on the top, just for others to know that you have genuine interest in the field of finance. Career objective, people write about it all the time. uh, Keep it straightforward, but also be a bit genuine about that. Don't try to write more generic stuff there. If you are very passionate about finances, write about it. Don't write some generic stuff of no use. Okay. uh, Use AI to make a good CV, but don't directly copy paste sentences written by AI. So that's always a red flag. So don't do that. Okay. But obviously, you can take help from AI to ensure that you don't have any grammatical mistakes on your CV. Make sure that it is reviewed by at least a couple of people. If you can ensure that somebody has reviewed it, somebody who is working in this industry has reviewed your CV, that's amazing, right? It's the best thing to do, right? It's always good to um, tailor make it. If you're applying for a job that requires certain level of skills, you need to change your CV accordingly. Now it goes without saying, obviously people know about it, but it is more important nowadays than ever before, because people don't have time to review or to go through your CV. Unless they find those main keywords on your CV, they will simply move to the next one. So it is extremely important that you put all the keywords and you tailor make it as per the job description. And if you apply for a job, it need not be that you meet all the criteria, right? That not always the case. You may have, like, out of 10 skills, you may have only 6 of them, but that's fine, you can still apply. Okay. And nothing wrong with applying, right? One other mistake I see is that people glorify a lot on the CV. It's good to do marketing, but don't over glorify it, don't overdo it. But at the same time, ensure that you have enough stuff on your CV, right? That's super important. This is a practice in India, actually. It may not be applicable to other people. If they come from an elite university, they highlight a lot about that and the scores, the events they organize and all of that. Let me tell you, if you're applying for international jobs, right? If you're applying for jobs in Middle East, in London or in Amsterdam, in Berlin or Singapore, Hong Kong, none of that matters. Okay. In fact, it is a red flag. If you're trying to be a diva, it is a red flag. Okay. It's great that uh, you have education from top universities. It's there on your CV, and somebody looking at it, if he or she knows your university, he will be impressed about it. But don't do over marketing of that, especially for working professionals. For students it is somewhat okay, but for working professionals, if you are not highlighting your experience, you are highlighting less, but you are highlighting more about your educational experience. That's not a very good thing, and that's actually something people do in India. If someone has a degree from IIT, he or she, I'm sure not all of them, but a tiny section of that population would like to sell that way too much. Sometimes they will try to hide behind that degree. That's not a good thing, right? That's more like entitlement. Just because I am from this university, or I will get a chance to interview, or I'll get a job. That's entitlement, right? You're taking things for granted. No, that's fine. Just because you're from university, that doesn't mean that you will do really well in everywhere. That's not true. So you need to be careful about that, right? um, in Europe, and I've said this in one of the video, that people do require master's degree. So if you have master's degree, put that on your CV. If you do not have master's degree, you may still have a chance to find opportunities, but you have to be then very clear about that on your CV. Um, PG, what is that called? Postgraduate diploma in management. That's not master in science. In many places, you will be required to have master in science. Your postgraduate diploma is not master in science or master of science. It's not MS or MSc, right? Uh, Even if it is from a top place, you may have an MBA from IIM, but if the requirement is that you need to have an MSc, then you are not eligible. You can still apply, but it is up to the hiring manager to decide whether he will consider your degree equivalent of a master's degree or not. This is a pretty hard requirement in Europe, actually. Especially in risk management, quant space, you won't find many BTech and MBA graduates from India working here in quant and risk space. It's because of that reason, right? But you will see more people from ISI, from MSc, IGIDR, Delhi School of Economics. These are like master's degree, proper master's degree, and these guys are preferred more. In trading asset management firms, that's less of a problem. They do hire a lot, right? Again, it entirely depends on where you are applying. In trading firms, they hire smart people with good STEM degrees, right? They require you to have good software engineering skills, right? Some quant jobs are heavy into software engineering, so you need to highlight your software engineering skills. Some quant jobs are heavy into mathematics, so you need to highlight your mathematical skills. Some quant jobs are more into risk management, regulation, and finance regulation stuff, so you need to highlight those things then, right? So you have to tailor make your CV, right? But it's always good to have some idea about where you want to go, right? If you cannot just apply everywhere, right? Maybe as a fresher in not so good job market, you can apply everywhere, just try your luck. But if you are an experienced professional, then it is to focus on things that really interest you and not just apply everywhere, because then you are simply wasting your time. All right, these are some of the things I want to share. Any questions on your CV, let me know.